Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 5 of Ultimate Spider-Man. Now as you know, Ultimate Spider-Man was the starting point of the original Ultimate Universe, which had stories like Ultimate Fantastic Four, X-Men, as well as the Ultimates. And we now have the newer Ultimate Comics, which is keeping some form of the original Marvel intact, but using things with other newer storylines. And the cover mainly has, Peter scaling a sort of large rooftop area. So let's get on the story. It starts off with Ultimate Harry Osborn waking up, hearing his mother, and we see him saying, "What the? Mum? Mum!" And we see that, his mum's basically dead, and we see how Ultimate Harry sees the Ultimate Green Goblin, and of course, manages to get out of the mansion single-handedly, and sees the Ultimate Green Goblin flying off. So instead of like a glider and pumpkin bombs, he can basically throw fire bombs, and just basically jump in the air, and be a sort of Hulk-like wannabe. So we kind of see how, Aunt May explains to one of the officers about how her and Uncle Ben were basically playing Scrabble. They heard something, and turns out, they were held at gunpoint. And we do see how Ultimate Uncle Ben tries to handle the situation, but of course, much like his main Earth counterpart, ends up tragically dying. And we do see how, Peter does feel responsible. We kind of see how Aunt May is dealing with her grief and that. And we do kind of see how Aunt May asks, what are they going to do? And of course, Peter learns from the officers after eavesdropping on them that they found the guy at an abandoned warehouse after basically robbing a sort of pot pie chicken place. So of course, manages to run off. And we see that, Ultimate Peter is now in his Spider-Man outfit. So of course, we see how the police officers try to call the guy out, but of course, doesn't really believe that he'll be taken in until Ultimate Peter says, "Murderer! Ugh! Everybody down! I must be seeing things! Must be out of my... ah!" And we do kind of see how, after basically being pummeled down, we see Ultimate Spider-Man saying, "Mister, there is no place on Earth you can hide from me." And we see how, he knocks him out. And we see how Ultimate Peter realizes to his shock and horror, it's the same guy he let get away, that led to Uncle Ben's demise. And this makes him realize that due to his selfish choice, it caused Uncle Ben to die, and now realizes the consequences of his actions. And after this, looks at his ID, so of course, we see how he gets left by the police, and we see how Ultimate Captain Stacy looks up from the sky and sees a masked hero showing up, but quickly leaves. And we see him saying, "What happened in there? Seeing things. What did you see?" And we see how, Ultimate Peter reflects on what happened, saying, You told me. And we see how he now realizes, with great power, there must come great responsibility. And we see how Ultimate Peter does every single heroic thing to try and show people he's now a different person. And this is Peter learning from his own mistakes to be an actual hero. And we see how Ultimate Peter returns back, meets up with MJ, and we see how Ultimate MJ says, "How you doing?" I don't know. And we see how, Aunt May is staying with them, and we see how Ultimate Peter breaks down and cries, with MJ basically helping him deal with his grief. And this is the story. So I think this one is kind of okay. Like I said, it's continuing the aftermaths from issue 4. We're eventually gonna see Ultimate Peter duke it out with the Ultimate Green Goblin, and it's another standard run-of-the-mill issue, trying to end issue 4 on that note where Peter's going to learn from his mistakes and see the consequences of his actions. So I think it definitely deserves a thumbs up. Not great, but still readable. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.